You good?
Yeah.
Aware. It's good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro.
Aware.
How are you?
Should we wait or should we get started? I'm good.
It's up to you, man. You're the interviewer. I'm just the interviewee.
All right, then we'll get started, I guess.
You can wait, actually.
Yeah, let's wait. Okay, yeah, let's wait, actually.
How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, shit, it's just stressful over here, man.
Bro,
Um, I'm just sorting out my lighting.
aware.
Hello. Hello.
Mm.
Yo, can you see me?
Yeah,
Okay.
can you
Was I
see
frozen?
me?
Hey?
All
Was I
right.
frozen? Was I frozen for you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Alright, dope. Then I think we can start then. Sure.
aware. All right. So, well, first of all, welcome to everyone who is here. Welcome to this is the fourth live chat session, and we're here with the man himself, Phodii. So, thank you so much for spending the time, bro. I appreciate it.
It's all love, dog. It's all love.
So, why don't you just go ahead and briefly introduce yourself to the people?
So my name is Podi. I'm a DJ, producer, and broadcast engineer, as well as the CEO and director of my own production company that specializes in broadcast media specifically. And yeah, man, that's who I am, I guess. I'm also
Alright.
currently young. I played at Ultra as well, so
Yo,
that's quite cool. The youngest African that played at Ultra.
excuse me. Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to that one. So what got you into DJing?
Anything actually contributed to, like getting to the DJing and all that. So I don't know. I think I'm excited because I come from an area where it's just always um there's always events happening. You know, house parties. There's always just DJs here and there. So I was like, okay, cool. I also want to get into this the space. And whenever we would go to weddings and yeah, whenever we'd go to weddings and birthday parties, family birthday parties, you'd only see the DJ over there, and like you just see how people just become happy out of nowhere,
Yeah.
because of the music. And I was like, I also want to create that impact as well. And I guess that's what's got me into DJing as well. So yeah, man. Aside from that, I'm from and this is a cliche that many people say, but it's the truth anyway. I'm from a musical family and extended family rather. And my uncle, late Zuli Batela, used to be a bassist for many Afro jazz artists like Hugh Masekela and Themba Mkhize,
Mm.
as well as he worked a lot alongside Concord Kabinde. So that was also quite cool. And yeah, man, I'm a guitarist as well. So yeah.
All right. So when did you decide that really, like this is what you want to do with your life? Like this is the career path that you want to take. When did you make that decision?
I don't know, eh? I think in 1982. I'm kidding.
Putty dog.
um, I think it was 7. It's crazy that I speak that. I think that, yeah, the end of 37 because I think that's when people, all my friends rather would always say that they want to be rappers. They want to,
Yeah.
they just want to get into the whole music scene. And um, what's funny about my story is that I didn't know any house head, you know. I was always just that one guy in the squad that listened to house, like
Yeah.
whenever the guys are listening to Lil Wayne, it's like, Phodii, you know.
You were
So,
that guy.
and it was always just stuck by my house music, and yeah. So I think to answer your question, the end of primary school. The end of primary school is when I decided that I must start DJing properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, in that time, you've obviously played a lot of venues, you've played at a lot of events, but the one that I want to talk about is Ultra. How did you find out that you'd be playing Ultra, and like, what was that whole experience like for you?
It was breathtaking to be honest, and um, it was also very unexpected because I remember the previous year I did post that I want to perform at Ultra, and
Uh,
it happened the year later. You know,
I think we're getting some feedback, or maybe it's just me.
it's just you, my guy. So
Ah,
with Ultra, I got a text. I was in class actually. Um, I was in one of those catch-up classes there at ASE, and I got a text. We're in Pro Tools. I got a text from Tooly Tools from Until, and he hit me up and literally one word, question mark. Next message was a smirking emoji, and it said Ultra question mark, and I was like, what? At first, like I think for the first 10 minutes or so, it didn't connect with me.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool, yes, definitely. And then I think 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later, I looked at the message again and I was like, what? You booking me for Ultra?
Yeah.
And I legit walked out of the classroom and I told my lecturer, I'll see you next week. I had to go celebrate. Shout out to
Of course.
Tony from Ambulance for that. I really deeply, deeply appreciate that.
And what was that experience of playing at Ultra like for you?
Wow, playing at Ulster for me it was a dream. I mean, think about it like this: an artist that's always wanted to perform at Coachella, for example,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden they get the opportunity to perform at Coachella. And for me, that was my mini Coachella moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not mini. It was my big Coachella moment. You know,
Yeah.
and performing there honestly was breathtaking. I was fortunate enough to play at nighttime even, and it was super super packed. Yeah, man. To be honest, I think on the drive towards Ultra, I was panicking. My heart was beating hard, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the audience, literally all the fear, all the nerves just left me, and I was just filled with excitement. And as soon as I touched the stage, to be honest, bro, I shed a few tears, you know, to be quite honest, because it was a very big achievement for me, and
Yeah.
uh, you get to a point where there was a friend of mine. He was like, "Ooh, indoda ikhaya," and I was like, "No, no, 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 dog. For this one, I have to." you know.
Af-
So this was an
yeah,
exception. So, yeah, man, that was breathtaking. I still can't believe it till this day. I mean, just talking about it excites me.
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
was definitely huge, 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 huge. And so big ups to you for that, actually.
thank you.
So, I think it was in 2017 or was it 2018 when you actually had your first one man show.
Yeah,
Was it
2018.
2018? So
Yeah.
tell us what inspired that whole event.
Pardon?
So tell us about what inspired the Phodii One Man Show.
So the Phodii One Man Show, I get nervous talking about this. Even my sister's looking at me funny because it's quite a deep story.
Yeah,
That day, let me talk about the day and then I'll get back to what inspired it. So that day was crazy because I performed at the Iverson tour, the SDC Iverson tour, just hours before my one man show.
yeah,
And you can imagine, like, I'm already excited, it's an SDC Iverson tour. I think it was the first one in Joburg, at Mahoro's Arch. And yeah, man, it was breathtaking. So yeah, that day was amazing. Even Apex over here is admitting that it was lit, and it was honestly. So what led to that is that a few months earlier in 2018, I realized that I was losing hair, and it wasn't actually me that noticed. It was TP from ASE
mm,
and Chris Black. They were the ones that noticed it first, and they pulled me to the side and asked me what's happening, and I didn't know what I was clueless.
yeah,
And um, they told me that I'm losing hair. Like literally that day, I went into insecure mode immediately. You and it was quite difficult for me to actually deal with it and to even talk about it. Um, we only went for tests about 2 weeks later. That's how scared I was to even talk to my parents about it.
damn,
Um, And when I got to the doctor's room, I told my parents to stay outside because I want to talk to the doctor one on one, you know,
mm,
and they respected that. So I spoke to him and, we did a few blood tests here and there. I had to wait another 3 weeks for my test results. And you can imagine, dude, I had tests galore during that time.
yeah,
So it's quite a difficult time for me at the time. And um, eventually, I think 2 days before my tests were gonna get released, I called somebody at Lancet Labs, just because I was, I just couldn't wait any longer.
yeah,
So I called one of my plugs there and I said, listen, please find my test results and tell me what the problem is. And um, yeah, man, I was free of cancer. I was free of other stuff, and we came up to the conclusion that it was hormonal imbalances. But during that
uh,
time, I think that time was the perfect time as well because I started doing a lot of research. I started googling and scaring myself with the possibilities and you know
yeah,
to what cancer is all about and what breast cancer is all about, what lung cancer is, but it couldn't be lung cancer because
yeah,
um so yeah, I did my research and I realized that listen, people are very uneducated about this because cancer is not what causes hair loss, which was
yeah,
what I thought. It's actually the chemotherapy that causes the hair loss.
yeah,
And that was a big eye opener for me. And I think to some extent it kind of eased my situation a bit because now I knew that it's not cancer that causes it.
yeah,
Um, so um, that's what contributed to the Phodii One Man Show, and yeah, man. With a few, like with help from Charlie and Idu and Sbu, I was able to, manifest the vision and bring it to life.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, yeah,
And that was a dope show, no lie. I was there.
yeah,
It was dope. It was so
yeah.
dope.
Really, really.
And then let's talk about Nomad Live. What inspired Nomad Live?
COVID-19. COVID-19. So with Nomad Live, well, not necessarily COVID-19. It's something that I always wanted to do with a mate of mine, Leon. He's a dope ass photographer. Um, but we, transformed it to the live sessions on Instagram because
Yeah,
of um, of COVID-19. So what we were initially going to do, and we still plan on doing so, is actually have actual live sessions in, um, excuse me, in a restaurant that we, or cafe rather, that we picked out. So we're going to do live sessions there, and it's going to be a full-on experience, with the presenter as well. So,
yeah,
no, also really, my philosophy, and I believe that um, with connecting with different people in different fields, we're able to build something bigger and something sustainable. You understand?
facts.
And that's very necessary in this industry. We need each other to grow. As much as people always want to be on top of each other, the reality is that we all need each other to grow in some sort of way. And
Facts.
I decided that, listen, yes, I'm a house DJ, yes, I'm a house producer, but I enjoy R&B, I enjoy hip hop, I enjoy um, traditional music. I enjoy Afro jazz, Afro pop. I enjoy
Yeah,
so many genres. And I was like, why not express myself through different artists that I like,
yep,
and why not share my feelings um, with the world through other artists, and that's what sparked Nomad Live. It's even in the name because a nomad, by definition, is somebody that wanders from place to place. They don't ever settle in a specific place, and that to me shows how I move from genre to genre, from person to
yeah.
person, because each person has their own unique story to tell. You know, and yeah, that's how Nomad Life was born.
Ah, okay. So let's talk now about your company that you started, your production company. So tell us a little bit about that, what you do, and all that kind of stuff.
So Podi is called Podi Productions, right? Um,
Yes, sir.
the secondary name is the Nomad Collective. Um, so Podi Productions is a broadcast media company, and we specialize in. I have one employer so far. I'm one employee, my bad, so far, and we specialize in audio production, voiceover production, radio production, podcast production, vodcast production, um, audio advertising, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
it's a focus media company, and we see. Now I'm gonna give too much away. Um, hit me up if you want to work. You understand?
I
Uh, but it's a broadcast media company, and I just want to grow with it and grow with creators. I've noticed that many podcasting is growing, especially in South Africa, and I'm taking advantage of it through my podcast media company because the reality is that these podcasts need to sound great. They have to have
yes.
that value. It's easy to get a voice note, for example, and slap on a song. That's basic, and it's not interesting. Your content can be, I always say this, your content can be amazing, but the way that you present it um, will actually determine if it's sustainable.
Yeah.
So yeah, production is a big part to my company.
Okay. So let's talk about COVID-19, right? So how has COVID-19 impacted you as a DJ, and also how has it impacted your creativity as well?
COVID-19, I think, creatively, it's actually forced me to be more creative and think outside the
Yes.
box. Um, and I'm gonna share this with you. A wise guy that I once spoke to told me that we shouldn't think outside the box. We should destroy the box and use it as a term of reference. You know, and that's what COVID-19 is forcing us to do. It's forcing us to see the bigger picture, not to see the
Yeah.
box. Because I mean, the box is it's four different sides, and you know, just look at the box so that there's no four sides. Um, and I think with me, I have quite a few projects coming up that I can't reveal yet.
Of
Um, but COVID-19 really has it's tested me honestly. Um, it's obviously the entertainment industry is also hit badly, and
Yes,
it's just
sir.
a whole effect. So there's no constant income as there was um, pre-COVID-19 from DJing and all that. Um, yeah, dog, it's really right now, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of survival of the fittest. But at the
Yes.
same time, it's a thing of you having to challenge yourself as an artist and to see and to say, why should I get that yes from that person? Why should I be booked next time? Why should this brand collaborate with me? Why should I be considered for this live stream event? Why should I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a time to prove why you should be getting those yeses. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, it's really just forced us to be more creative, to be more prepared.
Mm.
Financially and forcefully. Um, so yeah, that's my personal 2 cents.
That's a dope response. I actually love that response, actually.
Uh,
Because, yeah, it has been challenging. Okay, I have one more question and then I'm done. So what are your thoughts on some of the newly released music, independently released music in South Africa?
I love it. um, I love it because it's kind of like a break from depending on labels, on publishing houses to get you certain things, to get you to certain levels. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
publishing houses are bad for you. Um, I'm just saying that it's it's forcing artists to be it's forcing artists to learn about the industry. I mean, what actually
yeah,
goes on in contracts, in the business side, in how money is communicated. How copyright works and all that. So, dude, like I'm for it personally, 100%. And
definitely.
another thing, we have the internet, dude. The internet is like literally the most powerful tool that we have to our disposal, and
Fact.
um, it can make and it can break you, but it all depends on how you use it, and how you use it to your advantage. Um, so I'm for the whole independence thing. Um, the new wave, if I can call it that way, or the younger generation of music rather, is doing very, very well because we've been able to see how the people that we look up to operate, how they go about their business, how they just communicate with people, how they, yeah, man, just we've just been able to analyze how the, from there we've kind of incorporated what they do, and a whole dope mesh of knowledge, I guess. I got lost in my words there.
Alright.
But yeah, man, I like the South Africa. The R&B soul scene, South Africa is big, and
Facts.
it hurts me because it doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. There are some people like Elaine, for example, people like John Baker, Gemma Fassi, those people are pushing it. Marcus Harvey, for example, as well. And I really love it, in an Amapiano dominating sphere.
Yes.
Actually, releasing dope quality music, and they're being heard internationally, independently,
Yes.
and that just
Yes.
makes me happy. So yeah, man. I think we're reaching a point in the industry where different genres can coexist and be great independently.
Yes.
Which is very, very cool. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Well, I mean, that's all from my side. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Yes. I have two dope projects that I'm working on with a few companies very, very soon. And I don't want to reveal too much, but just make sure you keep looking at my social media. Even if there's no content for some time, just make sure that you are there, because something big is coming, and it's going to, excuse me, it's going to get the Guinness World Records involved. So that's how big it is.
Oh, so you not playing, huh?
Not here to play, my guy.
No, we're not here for games.
Fulfill my purpose.
Bars. Yes, sir. Well, I enjoyed having this conversation with you, man. It was really dope to kind of hear your story and, all that kind of stuff, and for you to go into detail, about the things that you have done. And so I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I really do.
Thank you, bro. Like, the platform of yours is actually quite dope. Especially during a time like this. We all need each other. We all need to check up on each other. Everybody's going through
Facts.
something, and um, not I'm not, people aren't going to be jolly here and there, every single day, but just checking up on one another, and making sure that we're all productive is quite dope, and I appreciate this.
Thank you, bro.
And thank you.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening and stay safe, nah?
All right, cool, man. Thanks to everybody that also tuned in.
Yeah, thanks everyone so much.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, cool.
Thank you all so much for joining. We'll be back on Wednesday and we'll be chatting with Apex Madlala, broadcast engineer and sound engineer. Same time, same place. Thank you all so much. Peace out.